Welcome back to the workshop. In today's project, we are going to reassemble a heavy-duty automotive engine gear system. This is one of the most critical stages of an engine rebuild because every gear inside the timing system must be installed with absolute precision. Even the smallest mistake in gear alignment can affect engine timing, reduce performance, increase fuel consumption, or even cause severe engine damage. That is why professional mechanics never rush this process. Every component is carefully cleaned, inspected, measured, lubricated, and installed according to specification. Before starting the reassembly, all engine gears have already been removed from the engine during the disassembly process. They were cleaned using a suitable parts cleaner to remove old oil, grease, sludge, rust, and carbon deposits. Cleaning allows every surface of the gears to be inspected properly. Dirt or old oil can hide cracks, chipped teeth, or excessive wear, so this step should never be skipped. After cleaning, each gear is placed on a clean workbench and inspected under good lighting. The mechanic carefully checks every gear tooth for pitting, scoring, cracks, chips, uneven wear, or discoloration caused by overheating. Any damaged gear should be replaced because reusing worn gears can lead to noisy operation, incorrect timing, and premature engine failure. Heavy-duty engines are designed to operate under extreme loads, making reliable gears essential for long service life. The crankshaft timing gear receives special attention because it transfers rotational power directly from the crankshaft to the rest of the timing system. The keyway is inspected for wear, and the mounting surface is checked for damage. If the gear does not fit tightly on the crankshaft, it can affect timing accuracy and eventually damage the shaft. Next, the camshaft gear is carefully inspected. Since the camshaft controls the opening and closing of the engine valves, TS timing gear must be excellent. Before installing any gear, assembly lubricant is applied to the shafts, bearings, and gear teeth. This lubricant provides immediate protection during the first engine start before normal oil pressure reaches the timing gears. Heavy-duty diesel engines often experience high loads immediately after startup, making assembly lubrication especially important. Now the crankshaft gear is prepared for installation. The crankshaft nose is lightly coated with clean engine oil. The key is installed into the crankshaft keyway, making sure it sits securely without movement. The timing gear is aligned with the key and gently pressed into position using the proper installation tool. Mechanics never strike the gear directly with a steel hammer because doing so may damage the gear teeth or create microscopic cracks. Once the gear is fully seated, the mechanic confirms that it rotates perfectly with the crankshaft and that there is no unwanted movement. The timing mark on the crankshaft gear is identified because it will later be aligned with the matching mark on the camshaft gear. Attention then turns to the camshaft assembly. The camshaft bearings are lubricated generously with assembly lube before the camshaft is carefully inserted into the engine block. Slow and steady installation prevents damage to the bearing surfaces. Once the camshaft is fully seated, the camshaft gear is positioned but not permanently secured until the timing marks are aligned. Throughout this process, cleanliness remains the highest priority. Professional engine builders keep all parts covered when not in use and avoid placing components directly on dirty surfaces. Dust, sand, or metal particles can quickly damage a newly rebuilt engine. Throughout this process, cleanliness remains the highest priority. Professional engine builders keep all parts covered when not in use and avoid placing components directly on dirty surfaces. Dust, sand, or metal particles can quickly damage a newly rebuilt engine. Every bolt and fastener is also inspected before reuse. Threads are cleaned with the correct tools, and any stretched, corroded, or damaged bolts are replaced. Proper fasteners ensure that the gears remain securely mounted throughout thousands of hours of engine operation. At this stage of the project, the engine is almost ready for timing gear installation. All major components have been cleaned, inspected, lubricated, and prepared according to professional workshop standards. Thanks for watching. Like and share please.